Imagine this. You are standing in the Utah desert in 1847. Not the Instagram desert, not the golden hour desert, the real one. Dry air, cracked lips, sun that feels personal, like it's mad at you. You don't just feel poor. You are poor. You have no money, no factories, no banks, no political power. And just to make things worse, the US government does not like you. Adol, you are a religious group that just got kicked out of Illinois, chased across the plains, and dumped into what everyone else considered useless land. Salt, dust, rocks, no rivers, no oil, no trade routes. Congratulations. You have settled in America's economic dead zone. This is not a success story setup. This is the opening scene of a documentary called These People Are Screwed. Now, pause that image. Snap your fingers. Fast forward to today. That same organization now quietly controls over $100 billion in stocks. They own shopping malls, ranch land, skyscrapers, media companies, farms bigger than some countries. They own roughly 2% of the entire state of Florida. They have more liquid cash than Apple had at certain points. And here's the weird part. They still act like they're broke. No gold-plated temples, no mega yachts, no Instagram flexing, just beige buildings, conservative suits, and a very aggressive savings account. This is the story of how the Mormon Church became one of the most powerful financial institutions on earth without anyone noticing, and why, even now, they refuse to touch the money. Every great money story starts with humiliation. Norway was the poor cousin of Scandinavia. No oiler, just fish and shame. The Mormons were the poor cousin of America. In the 1800s, they weren't seen as spiritual pioneers. They were seen as a problem, a weird, insular group that didn't fit into the economic system. They didn't control ports. They didn't control trade. They didn't control factories. What they did control was discipline, and that mattered more than anyone realized. When they reached Utah, they did something strange. They didn't chase quick money. They didn't gamble on miracles. They didn't wait for help. They organized. Everyone worked. Everyone contributed. Everyone followed the rules. And most importantly, everyone paid tithing. 10%. Non-negotiable. To outsiders. This looked like religious tradition. To an economist, it looked like forced savings. This is where Wall Street missed the story. They thought it was charity. That's like Decca Records thinking the Beatles were just another band. What the church accidentally discovered was compound interest with religious enforcement. No advertising, no quarterly earnings pressure, no angry shareholders. Just time. A lot of time. Here's the part that makes people uncomfortable. This wasn't luck. This was discipline so aggressive, it bordered on obsession. Norway has a rule. Only spend 3% of the fund per year. The church had an even stricter rule. Don't spend it at all. For decades. They saved during booms. They saved during crashes. They saved when members struggled. This is why critics get angry, and we'll get to that. But from a systems perspective, this was genius. They removed emotion from money. No, we deserve it. No, times are good. No, God will provide. The money existed for one purpose. The future, undefined. Scary, possibly apocalyptic future. Every story needs a villain. In Norway, it was American oil companies. Here, it was the whistleblower. When news broke about the size of Ensign Peak, people lost their minds. How can a church have $100 billion? Why aren't they spending it? Is this even legal? The IRS stepped in. Politicians asked questions. Members felt confused. This was the moment the secret cracked. And suddenly, the church had to explain something it never planned to explain. Why it saved so much. Here's the part that makes people uncomfortable. This wasn't luck. This was discipline so aggressive, It bordered on obsession. Norway has a rule: only spend 3% of the fund per year. The church had an even stricter rule: don't spend it at all. For decades, they saved during booms. They saved during crashes. They saved when members struggled. This is why critics get angry, and we'll get to that. But from a systems perspective, this was genius. They removed emotion from money. No, we deserve it. No, times are good. No, God will provide. The money existed for one purpose. The future, undefined. Scary, possibly apocalyptic future. Every story needs a villain. In Norway, it was American oil companies. Here, it was the whistleblower. When news broke about the size of Ensign Peak, people lost their minds. How can a church have $100 billion? Why aren't they spending it? Is this even legal? The IRS stepped in. Politicians asked questions. Members felt confused. This was the moment the secret cracked. And suddenly, the church had to explain something it never planned to explain: why it saved so much. This is the psychological core. That tension never goes away. They could fix problems instantly. You hate the product, but the product pays for everything. Here's what they're really afraid of. Not poverty, not criticism. That hardship creates obedience. That struggle keeps belief sharp. The same fear old dynasties have. If the money becomes normal, the culture dies. This story isn't about religion. It's about psychology. Wealth isn't built by resources. It's built by rules you refuse to break. The church didn't win because of God, or land, or luck. They won because they said no. Ober and Ober for generations. You don't have to like them, but you have to respect the system. They played the longest game possible, and they're still playing it.